Hey, friends.
Hey.
I hope everyone's having a fabulous day.
Yeah. I was going to say Wednesday, but whatever day it is.
I know, whatever day it is you're listening to this, I hope it's fabulous. And we have some exciting stuff for you today. First of all, my birthday was yesterday.
Woo!
So, happy birthday to me. And we're going to just start off kind of like we normally do and just talk about our positives and negatives for, I guess, the past week of what, what we've been up to, just to kind of catch you guys up on our lives. And then, since it's the beginning of the month, we are going to be having our listeners episode. So Luis and I have picked 2 stories each, or 2 letters each, and we're going to read them out loud and give the best advice that we can. So why don't you start off with your positives and negatives?
My positive, I guess one main positive will have to be our trip to Denver this past weekend. That's a pretty big positive. Celebrated Erin's, her birthday, and just
turning 29.
Had a wild time.
We really did, guys.
We really did.
It was pretty wild. It was a lot of fun. But we had so much fun. We met up with some friends and explored the city, had an adventure. I mean, that would probably be my positive as well. Besides, just being able to celebrate with family and friends. And, last week was really crazy. I was packed full of just different events of, like, celebration. And it was a really good fucking time. And I'm blessed to be celebrated like that. So thank you for coming to Denver with me and celebrate my birthday.
So much fun, and I want to go back.
I know.
So bad.
Let's just plan our next trip.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Did you have any negatives?
I actually do, and I think I kind of already told Erin this earlier. On our flight back from Denver, I was reading a book. I had started it, and I finished it that same day. So I read it in, like, maybe 12 hours.
It was a really good book, apparently.
It was a really good book. It's called We Were Liars, or We Are Liars, one or the other. I'll confirm with you guys later. If you guys haven't read it, it's so freaking good. I cried. No surprise there. But there's such a huge plot twist at the end that you truly do not see coming. You don't. It's so good. So I'm just really sad that I finished that book too fast.
So quickly. You should have paced yourself a little bit.
I just couldn't. Like, I literally, you know how many pages I had left? I only had 40 pages left.
I know. Well, the flight was only like 2 hours on the way home on Sunday, and I just slept the entire way home, and I just had a little bit too much fun. I was like, there's no way I can fucking read a book on, like, right now at this second in my life. So I just slept for the 2 hours, and Louisa fucking read like almost 200 pages of this book. Like, we landed, and she's like, look at how much I have left. And she had read well over half of the book when, like, by the time we landed.
Yeah.
In Dallas. So
I told her, I was like, I have to stop because I'm going to start crying.
Yeah, she didn't want to cry in the middle of the flight, which she wouldn't have been the only one, because no. We also had 2 crying babies on our flight, which that was always really fun, being hungover and just having screaming babies like 4 rows ahead of you, and they're like looking back and they're like screaming. Could you imagine being those people actually right behind?
Can you imagine being the parents, baby? Like, how stressed?
I would be like, we're just gonna go sit in the bathroom until you can calm the fuck down.
I felt so, like, so many. I was like, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, I'm like, pop a melatonin in or something on that kid before a flight, man. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I mean, that's a tough situation, because it's like, it's not the parents' fault that their kid's crying. It's their ears are hurting, they're popping, might be their first time, something scary.
Yeah.
So I get it. I feel bad, but at the same time, it's annoying as fuck. And especially when you're hungover and you're trying to sleep and you're trying to read a book.
Yeah.
It's just very frustrating. But we got through it.
We
I
survived.
don't know how. I remember just being like semi-awake and like semi-sleeping, sitting up straight, you know? Because I feel bad putting my seat back.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting up as straight as I possibly can, just like sleeping and just hearing that baby scream. And I was like, oh my, in my head, I was like, if that baby doesn't shut the fuck up.
That baby was like, no, but that baby wasn't crying like because he was hungry or that was a piss scream.
Yeah. Like that was
he was angry, or she, I don't know what, the baby was mad to begin with. Yeah. The baby was pissed.
Yeah, somebody pissed that baby off, and they were not.
You know what the funny thing is? When we landed, the baby was fine. Trying. And he's like laughing at the dad, and I'm like, this fucking baby.
This fucking bitch. All of that for nothing.
Yeah, seriously.
No, I mean, it's really probably like the altitude and like it hurts their ears. I had that same problem when I was having to fly when I was a kid. My mom always just made me chew gum. Because it helps with, like, popping of your ears. But, anyways, that's a lesson for another day.
Feed your kid next time.
Feed your kid. Yeah, just give them something to chew on. It just helps. Anyways. So, yeah, I mean, I forgot about that until just now. We were just talking about that. I just remember flying home being like, what the actual hell is going on? And then we had some turbulence, too. I thought...
We had a really rough... Oh, my gosh. Erin thought we were going to be, like, the manifest plane. She was like, we had so much turbulence.
I know. I thought we were going to come back and everybody was going to be like, you guys have been gone for 5 years. 5.5 years. And Luis was like, no. I was... have some fun with me. Like, that would be cool. I mean, maybe not cool, but... I don't know.
We had a really rough landing, though.
It was. I thought we were not going to... stop, honestly.
It
was going so fast. The plane was going so fast.
Yeah.
I was like, well, hopefully we don't run out of runway. Hopefully there's not another plane like turning or something.
Oh.
No, they
talk about that.
I know. I'm just being dramatic.
Or like Alpha.
I really wasn't
blah,
that
blah.
scared, honestly. It was just
landing that was just like boom, and I like had to like.
You had to like catch yourself on the seat in front of you for sure. It was one of those tough landings. Yeah, going back to work wasn't fun. That'd probably be my negative. And then, I mean, my actual birthday was yesterday, so it's like on a Monday, which is never fun. But that Monday was kind of fun because it was my birthday and everyone was telling me happy birthday, and I got some flowers from work, and my mom brought me to lunch, and honestly, it's been a really good fucking week. So I don't
That's good.
The only really bad thing was the crying baby on the flight.
Yeah.
And the landing.
Yeah.
But we lived, and we're here to tell you about it, so it couldn't be that fucking bad. So that's what we're here for, to live and learn and tell you the stories about our life.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
So
now we're ready to listen to your stories.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, so now let's turn it around on y'all and listen to y'all's stories, because we've got some good ones. The fuck?
What the fuck
Alexa?
is that?
She's fucking listening to us.
Scary ass bitch. Stop listening.
God, Alexa, your FBI agent's about to get fucking fired. I honestly think that...
Sorry, I couldn't understand, but I may have a few recommendations.
No, thank you.
There's a skill called Radio Your FBI. Would you like to try it?
Kind of. Yes.
What?
Yes. Yes.
She turned off. That was so weird.
Radio Your FBI? What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay. We're gonna have to look into that, because that's scary as fuck.
Right. I hope the microphone caught that.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Oh my god.
I don't know. That was weird. Okay, anyways, back to y'all, because it's all about you. Who wants to go first?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
So I picked 2 stories, and I'm going to read one, and then Luis and I are both going to give our advice about it.
Yeah. Remember, we are not professionals.
We are not professional therapists, but we have lived a hard life and gone through some shit. Maybe not hard life, like, I don't know.
We've seen stuff.
Everybody's difficulties are different, so I don't know what your heart is compared to my heart.
We've all walked in different shoes, so, you know.
Yeah, nobody knows.
We don't know.
Okay, I'm going to do this one. It's kind of long, so bear with me. I'm not a great reader. I'm really not a great reader out loud.
That's okay.
You know, my mom made me go to a reading camp in high school.
In high school?
Yeah, because she thought that I have dyslexia, which I probably do, but I'm too old to be diagnosed, apparently. So I'm just going to have to struggle through it. But the more I practice, the better I get. So, yeah, Practice makes perfect, guys. Just remember that. Here's the first letter. Hi, babes. Name's Matt, and I'm a new listener. You guys came across a podcast I might like on Spotify, and let me just tell you, I love it. Love the crazy topics you cover and make me laugh my ass off all the time. And has anyone told you guys that you are the best hype women? Because if not, I'm letting you know now. Oh, that's really sweet.
That's so nice.
Okay, so now let's get into why I'm writing in. To give you a bit of a backstory, I work at a corporate job, going to keep it anon. I'm assuming that means anonymous, just in case. And I work in the accounting department. I have been working for the company for about 4 years now, and let me just tell y'all girlies, this place is toxic, in capital letters, if you couldn't tell. Our head accountant is so passive-aggressive and just plain rude to the rest of the support department. It honestly wasn't too bad for my first 2 years at the company, maybe because I was still new, laughing, crying face. New. I feel like 2 years, like, you're not new anymore. Like, you're kind of like...
You've settled in.
Yeah, you're part of the company. Not too long ago, I went to ask for a raise because I felt that I was doing more tasks and my workload had increased, which is, I think, normal.
Yeah.
But it wasn't being reflected. After a conversation with our boss, not the head accountant, I was told that I didn't qualify for a full title promotion since I'm still working on my degree, but that my salary should go up to reflect my workload. I felt like I was on top of the world. Well, recently I found out that I was only given a 60-cent increase.
What?
And let me just tell you, I was livid.
Oh my God.
I immediately began looking for new jobs, which you fucking should.
Oh my God.
I honestly felt insulted about my raise. I've been getting interviews and offers that are hard to refuse. I guess my question to you ladies is, why does it feel like I might be doing the wrong thing? Is it necessary for me to give 2 weeks notice? Sorry my story was a bit on the long side. I can't wait to hear if y'all read my letter. Love listening to y'all. Now I'm going to pour me another glass. Cheers, ladies. Sincerely, Matt.
Damn, Matt. Just grab yourself the whole bottle, man.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
60 cents?
Dude. I would quit like yesterday.
Right?
Honestly,
I don't think, like, if any kind of notice you should give them, it's like, you should have noticed 2 weeks ago I was going to quit, man.
Right, exactly. Because honestly, in my opinion, my experience, like straight out of school, I actually worked for an oil and gas company in their marketing degree, or in their marketing program, as a marketing assistant. Whenever I signed on for that position, they said to me, our goal is for you to move up in this position. So within 4 to 6 months of me being the marketing assistant, learning that position, I got promoted to the marketing manager, and received a raise to reflect that. that's what I think a good company should do, because you're not in a position to just be in a position for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if you're starting out at a new company, typically you don't go into a company thinking like, I'm going to live here forever, you know, or work here forever.
Right. Yeah.
So a good company would think, and, you know, it's very important when you interview too, to ask what are the growth opportunities. And, you know, maybe the position you applied for doesn't necessarily have growth opportunities.
Right.
I mean, I have another, what's it? Why? I just went blank. I have another job that I worked for that I knew going into it that I was never going to be there long term. And it was extremely toxic and really like mentally drawing me down. And I was, you know, overworked, tired all the fucking time. And, you know, just it wasn't going to ever go anywhere. Like, I was at the top of where I was going to go.
Yeah.
And I think you just sometimes have to realize that, okay, I've done my part in this company. I've, you know, learned as much as I'm going to learn. And I'm going to take that with me, and I want to respect, you know, the people that I've worked with or whatever. You never want to burn bridges, I don't think.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, you also deserve the respect that you've earned. You've been there for
4 years. Yeah.
years.
That's...
And to only, since you've started, get one increase of a raise, and it's at 60 cents, that is honestly...
I think it's
like
ridiculous.
Stomping out material right there.
That is ridiculous. Just the fact that he works in a corporate, I don't know, I think he said he kept it anonymous, right?
Right. Anon, actually.
Oh.
Anon.
Very hip of him.
Yeah.
But to work in, like, I'm assuming, like, a pretty substantial company, and to only...
Well, I mean, it has an accounting department, so it must be a fairly big company.
And to, like, not even be able to give seriously?
To give you're an employee who's been there for 4 years, who you're overworking and adding tasks onto their job responsibilities. Oh my gosh, it gets me fucking heated, honestly. Like,
I'm livid for you, Matt.
Yeah, I'm livid.
What is this company? I'm gonna boycott them.
Yeah, like, let's be honest. Like, write us in and, like, let's put them on fucking blast.
Right.
Everybody boycott this anonymous company.
Right. We'll let y'all know.
Yeah, like, fuck this place.
Oh my gosh,
like, no one should want to work there because they're gonna get paid like shit.
Yeah.
And obviously, if it's toxic, and I mean, there's just people that are mean, obviously, and rude, like, who wants to work there? You want to work in an environment that is fun, has a good culture, has good values, good morals.
And everyone's, like, supportive of one another. I think, like, I don't know, like, maybe it's, like, the older generation just lives in a very competitive work.
Yeah.
It's from what I've personally seen. And it's something that's out of style, quite frankly.
I think to an extent, yes. It depends on also what field you work in. Because I think, too, like in sales and stuff, that's when it can be really competitive. Well, yeah. However, in my current role, so I'm a loan officer, technically assistant. So there's 3 other assistants in the office. And so everything that we touch, we all kind of work on it together. And then at the end, like, if there's 6, we each get paid for 2. If there's 9, we each get paid for 3. So it's kind of split up like that.
Yeah.
So it could be essentially like, well, I actually worked on 5 out of those loans and they only worked on 2. And I'm only getting paid for 3.
Yeah.
And so I can see where it can come off and it could be like that. But
Right.
at the same time, like, I think that we are all under the same kind of understanding of, like, we're all in this together. Like, if we need help, like, we're not scared to ask.
Right.
But for this person's situation, Matt, I mean, your question is, why does it feel like I might be doing the wrong thing? Is it really necessary for me to give 2 weeks notice? I think obviously you should not tell your job that you're looking for a job.
Yeah.
Until you actually have a job. Because, you know, maybe not threatening to leave, but telling them that once you get, like,
Yeah. Hey, I've been
an
offered
offer,
this. Yeah.
I mean, get an offer. That's not going to hurt. I mean, it's just going to show you what else is out there and what you're capable of making. And, you know, it could be totally a way better opportunity for you mentally, financially, you know.
Yeah.
Physically, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I am a big advocate of putting in your 2 weeks if you can. I definitely wouldn't tell them that you're looking for a job because they could just, you know, go ahead and terminate you. So I wouldn't do that, but keep looking for a job, keep trying to get offers, and I mean, I don't think you need to feel bad about wanting to leave because I think you have the right to be mad.
Yeah.
And furious, honestly, for giving that company 4 years of your life and your hard work. I would be pissed.
Yeah, and then just like dealing with the toxicity from the head? The head of the department? Yeah. Oh my God, that just. What did he say about his meeting with with the boss? Why he wouldn't get a title? What?
He said that after having a conversation with his boss, so I guess the head of the accounting department is like the head person. After having a conversation with the boss, he was told that he didn't qualify for a full title promotion, I guess because he's not like changing positions. He's just really getting more of a workload. But his salary should go up to reflect his workload.
Okay.
And so I guess they only think that he does 60 cents more work.
That's insulting, man. Oh my God.
Like, what the actual fuck? I would honestly, Matt, I would
leave. Honestly,
keep looking
for
a new job because these people don't value your worth of how much you can bring to the table. And especially if you've been there for 4 years, they know that you're a hard worker and that you
especially if they keep just handing you more work.
Yeah, they know you can handle it and they know you get shit done. They keep wanting to give you more responsibility. They just don't want to have to fucking be accountable for it and pay you, which is not right.
No, that's ridiculous, guys. We're in 2021. Come on.
Yeah, we're not about that shit anymore. Like, we deserve to be paid for the amount of work and shit that we are doing. It's just how the world goes around.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to pay me what I should be getting paid, then I'm not going to work for you.
Yeah. And
you shouldn't feel bad about that because your time is your money and money is time, honestly. Like,
yeah, honestly.
You can't get that time back. Like, those 4 years, you can't get that shit back. And if you're just sitting there wasting away, not getting paid what you should be getting paid for, and being able to save for a vacation that you want to save up for so you can use your time off. Yeah. Like, no.
No, fuck that, man. Get out of there.
Yeah, and don't feel bad about it.
No, don't.
Because they're gonna replace you in a millisecond. So don't even worry about it.
Don't stress. No.
Whew.
Damn. Well, Matt, good luck to you. Let us know when you get a new job.
Yes.
And then you can also let us know what company this is so we can boycott them.
So we can give them a review on Google.
Right.
I hear that companies like that when you give them a review on Google.
Isn't there also like what's that website, Glassdoor,
Oh,
where you could be like, don't work for this company.
yeah.
Do you want to
Management
sell your
sucks.
soul?
Yeah, we'll do that for you if you want.
Wow.
The best of luck for you, Matt. I really hope that you find the right path and you find the right job that treats you right. Because honestly, once you're out of there, your mental capacity and sanity are going to shoot through the roof.
Yes, you're gonna feel a weight off your shoulders, and best to you, Matt.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers to Matt. Cheers to Matt.
Cheers to Matt. Woo!
Woo!
Daisy?
That was a good cheers.
Yeah, that was.
All right,
Your
my turn. All right, hold on. Let me get this pulled up.
Wow. Not even prepared.
Sorry. Shit. Okay, now I'm in. Alrighty, guys. Here we go. My letter. Okay. Okay. I am not sure if I should be writing in because I'm technically not an adult. ... I'm 16, but I feel like I have a real adult problem. Okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. My parents haven't been getting along for a while now. They barely talk, and when they do, they're yelling at each other. It's been torture for me and my younger sister having to ride this emotional roller coaster and trying to keep up with if they're on good terms or not. Well, finally, the inevitable happened. They set my sister and I down and told us they were getting a divorce. I am trying to be strong for my sister because she is devastated, and so am I. But I also feel terrible because a little part of me is relieved. Am I a bad person for feeling this way? I love both my parents and don't want them to be mad at me. Please help. Thanks, emotional teen. Oh, that hit home so fucking hard.
I know.
That
My
hit home
God.
so fucking hard. First of all, welcome to the adult club. You are 2 years
Yay.
away. So
I mean, honestly, this is a very adult problem, and
it honestly is.
yeah, honestly, the fact that your parents are kind of dragging you and your sister through it all and not necessarily being discreet about their own problems.
Considerate of like y'all's feelings.
I think that
That is a
makes
very
you grow up 10
yes.
times faster, and that's not fair for you.
That's a very like heavy weight on y'all's shoulders.
Yeah. And it's not fair because
No.
y'all are still kids, and I mean, as a 16-year-old, you are still a kid, and this should not be your problem. It isn't your problem. It's your parents' problem, and I know that, I mean, they probably don't even realize that they're probably doing it, but it's not good, and it's not fair. I know both of us have grown up in, not necessarily,
traditional households,
white picket fence, normal households. I mean, my parents never got married, so I never was in the same household with my mom and my dad, living together. On the flip side of that, I never saw my parents fight.
Excuse me.
Not saying that if they were together that
they would
have fought, but they just knew from the get-go that they would be better off as friends. And I truly believe that as adults, if you have children, that it's better off to leave the kids out of it and do all of the arguing, disagreement, discussions, all of that behind closed doors while the kids are sleeping, while they're not around, period, because it doesn't involve them whatsoever. I've also grown up with my dad and my stepmom going through divorce and watching my brother and sister go through it, and it's not a pretty thing. So I totally see where you're coming from, and I know Louisa has a lot to say about that too.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a household of two parents who honestly should have never been together as long as they were.
Like, they should have realized it sooner, or not together at all.
they should have realized it sooner,
Yeah.
for sure. Just because I think I was around the same age as her. Like, I protected my brother a lot from, like, arguments and stuff, but, like, that shit's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy on your heart, and I can tell you, because I think, where does it say? She feels terrible because she's a little relieved, and let me tell you, that is completely normal, because I mean, I remember when I was younger, and this is really sad to say, but, like, I used to go at night and, like, pray to God that my parents would divorce, because it is so, like, I don't think parents understand, and this is a very adult topic to talk about, that how much this affects your child.
Yeah, and the fact that a 16-year-old is writing in about it makes me so sad, because this isn't even your problem.
It's not your problem.
It's not even your problem that you can fix or do anything about. But I think to answer your question, no, you're not a bad person. That doesn't have anything to do with you. But I think that you feeling relieved kind of makes you feel guilty, not having your parents together. And I kind of understand that. But I think, too, in your heart that they're going to be better off separately.
Yeah.
And it's ultimately going to be better for you and your sister and for them if they just separate and do their own thing.
Yeah. They might be able to, like, parent you guys better.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like, the only thing I can say, like, the only good advice I can give you is to go watch, like, the last 10 minutes of Mrs. Doubtfire. Because Mrs. Doubtfire gets a letter sent in, and it's a very good just advice that she gives. Like, there are people that don't live with both of their parents, or whatever situation it may be, but at the end of the day, like, sometimes, like, our parents are better off as friends than together. And honestly, like, oh my god, that scared me. I thought that was a ghost.
Oh my god.
Anyways, your parents are gonna be, honestly, maybe a little happier separated, and that in turn is gonna, make you guys happier.
Honestly, I don't know if I've ever told anyone this. Maybe I've told my dad, but when my dad told me that him and my stepmom, I was probably about 14. He told me that him and my stepmom were going to get divorced. And I kind of felt the same feeling, like relieved, and just that it's like, it's about time. Like, you guys haven't been happy for a long time. And it's not the fact that you don't love one more than the other. It's just the fact that you want both of them to be happy, and they're not happy, obviously, because happy people,
the fighting.
Happy people don't fight like that, and they don't do it in front of their children, and they don't, not talk to each other for a long time, or whatever the case may be. But I remember having that same feeling, and it doesn't make you a bad person as the child. I mean, you're obviously mature enough to realize
that it's not okay.
What a good relationship is and what isn't, which is, in the long term going to teach you what you want out of your future partners and what you accept in your future husband, boyfriends, whatever. So I think, obviously, don't feel bad, but also talk to your parents about it and let them know how you feel. Don't shut them out. Keep talking to them. They still love you. It doesn't have anything to do with you or your sister or what you guys have done or anything like that. It's solely 100% about your mom and your dad and their relationship together, and it has nothing to do with you.
No, I mean, from my point of view, I was a little older. I was like 22 when my parents split up, and when my mom told me, she's like, I'm leaving your father, and I was like,
I remember that.
I was like, okay, good.
Yeah.
Like, because I honestly, I could have a whole podcast episode
know.
about my toxic childhood.
God.
But I just remember telling my mom, you have to do what's best for you and what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Because at the time I was 22. And my brother was just about to graduate high school. And I was like, we're both grown. Like, I was like, honestly, we've been waiting for this for a very long time.
Yeah.
And
you're like, you guys have been unhappy for so long. Like, we're adults. We can see it. We're not kids. You don't have to stay together to
sugarcoat
protect
anything.
us.
Yeah.
And I think, too, parents do stay together because of the children when, in fact, it honestly makes it a little bit worse. And I don't think that... I think the intentions are good at heart, but you're only hurting yourselves and you're only hurting your children if you're not happy in a relationship and you're being so toxic to each other and not nice to each other. You definitely don't need to stick around for your children because they're watching y'all's relationship and they're learning what's acceptable and what you're putting up with and what you guys are saying to each other. And if it's not nice and it's not loving, they're learning how that's what's acceptable and that's not the type of relationships that we want.
No.
So
I think I read somewhere that it was like a mom, she's like, I don't hit or like talk a certain way to my child because I think about what he or she would allow their spouse to, like, if they're allowing me to do that to them or to see the way I treat their father or mother, whatever, like, what are they going to allow their spouse or significant other to do? And I think that's a very prominent thing that I think all adults that have children should think of. Yes, because kids watch you all the time and they're always observing and they're so smart and they're always listening when you don't think they're listening. I mean, remember Big Little Lies?
Yeah.
I mean, just... the little eyes are always watching and hearing, so...
Yeah, definitely.
Honey, you're going to be fine.
So, come full circle...
You're not a bad person.
You're not a bad person. You're obviously, adult and mature enough. And I don't even want you to think of yourself as an adult because as a 16-year-old, you want to be an adult, but you're not. And this is not your problem. This is your parents' problem. Mm-hmm. But also I want you to communicate your feelings and talk to your sister and make sure that she knows that the same thing that we're telling you, it's not her fault, but communicate your feelings and talk to them. If you have every right to be mad, sad, relieved.
You're going to grieve this, you know? It sucks because I think we all want our parents, to have that white picket fence, but it's completely fine if it's not because sometimes, our parents are nicer people when they're separated.
And you know what? You can have just the most successful life with your parents being together or not being together. Mm-hmm. And they're still going to love you no matter what. So whether they're together or not. Yeah. So don't take this as a personal...
No, it's not y'all's fault. It's never y'all's fault. Go watch Mrs. Doubtfire. I really like that movie. I always tell people it's really good. It has a really good message at the end about, divorced parents.
Yeah, I mean that's what the movie is entirely about.
It really is. But yeah, why don't you and your sister just pull up Mrs. Doubtfire?
Watch it together as this little sister time.
Yes,
and some quality time with each other. But we're here for you. We've both been through... I just want to
give her a big old hug.
I know.
Him or her, I don't know.
Teen. I don't
Emotional teen, I want to give you a hug.
Yeah. We're here for you. If you ever need anything or want to reach out to us, we're here for you. That makes me want to cry.
Honestly, I was like, that hit home.
I know, for real. Okay. So I have another listener letter.
Yay!
All right, this letter's from Christine.
Okay.
Hi, ladies. OG listener here. Been listening to y'all since 2019.
Ooh.
From the very beginning. Wow. We're old.
Right?
I'm old. Oh, God. You guys always make me laugh when I'm down, and I can always look forward to listening to you girls while I'm stuck in traffic. So let me just get right to why I'm writing in. So I have been with my fiance for 8 years.
Wow.
Damn. We first got engaged back in 2019. Oh,
Aw.
you're welcome. I'm just kidding. I'm just going to assume that you starting to listen to us
Right.
happened to happen around the same time. I'm just kidding. Hopefully this is a good story. I don't remember. I'm sorry, Christine. I've had a little bit of wine. So I've been with my fiance for 8 years, and we got engaged back in 2019. I couldn't have been more happier. Sadly, due to the pandemic, we had to postpone our wedding. Oh no.
Boo.
Due to having family and friends scattered around the country, and we really wanted them to be there at our wedding. Foot about the past year.
For about the past year, maybe.
Maybe. I told you guys I'm not a great reader. For about the past year, my fiance and I have been having a lot of screaming matches. Oh no.
Okay, we take it back. We take it back.
Yeah, it wasn't about us. Not about us. I recently found out he's been talking / flirting with other girls behind my back.
What?
We don't like this guy anymore. Okay, let me just read it so I keep like going high and low. I need to just finish the story. And it just keeps getting worse.
No.
He's been taking part of our savings for the wedding to make some bets.
What?
All of this has come to light after our night out with some friends, and the wife of one of our guy friends pulled me aside because she said that she felt like I had the right to know, which, yeah, I do.
Yes.
My fiance taking shit that's mine, saving up for a wedding that we're supposed to have together. Okay. She felt like her friend thought that she had the right to know what's been going on behind her back. I was utterly heartbroken to find this out, and when I confronted him about it, he just flips the script and says it's my fault. I honestly don't know what to do. I still love him very much, and he's a huge part of my life, and I saw myself growing old with him. Should I even go through with this wedding? Should I stay and work things out with him? I'm so torn up because I don't even recognize this person I fell in love with. Much love, Christine.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
Christine, I just went on a very emotional roller coaster with you, and I am truly devastated of where I landed.
Where do we begin?
First of all, can you pour me some more wine? Because I can't even get into this because it makes me so mad.
God.
Because, Christine, you guys have been dating for 8 years.
Not just that, but like proposes and then comes to light.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Sorry, I was licking the wine. Comes to light that he's been talking and flirting. Like, he put a ring on the finger and then he's like, all right, I'm good to like talk to other women. What?
Yeah, no. And then you're not even just flirting and talking with other women. You're also stealing from our wedding fund without telling me to go make bets. Bets on what? If you're making bets, you better be fucking winning and adding that shit back to our wedding fund. And first of all, if you're going to be making bets with our wedding fund, you better be fucking telling me.
That's just like... I don't even know where to begin.
I know.
What? No, and then the fact that she confronts him, right?
Right, and then he flips the script on her to make it her fault.
God. So he fucking gaslights her.
Yeah.
God.
So this guy seems like a real treat, honestly.
Oh my God.
So Christine, if you really want my honest opinion here, and I feel like on an honest streak tonight. I've been feeling like the juices have been flowing. So I'm just going to give it to you real, sister. I don't think that you need to be marrying this guy because I know that someone that truly loves you is not going to treat you like that.
Oh my God.
and is not going to tell their friends about what he's doing with expecting you not to find out. The fact that your friend knew about it means that his mouth has been blabbing and bragging.
Oh my God. Like, I'm just...
Luis is speechless.
I literally...
This
that's
doesn't
the word.
happen very often.
I'm just so, like, I want to... Oh my God. I'm with Aaron on this one, Christine. I know it's going to hurt. And I know you feel like everything's just, like, so out of control. Like, you know, you guys were on, like, the full, like, golden path of getting married and...
Right. And I feel like, too, that being with someone for so long, like 8 years is a really long time.
It's a very long time.
I'm going to go back to what I was telling Matt in the beginning of, like, him spending his time working so hard at his job, which a relationship is kind of like a job if you think about it.
Yeah, you have to work for it.
And yeah, and so what I told Matt, you know, like if his work is not going to reciprocate what he's putting into the relationship and treat him like shit and give him a 60-cent raise, this guy's giving you a negative 60-cent raise. Like,
I think it's like he gave her a raise and it's like, okay, now I can treat you like shit.
He gave her a raise with the ring.
Yeah, he gave her a raise with the ring and he's like, now I can treat you like shit.
And now I'm going to pile shit on you and make it your
no,
fault.
You know what? Like, I think in a certain way, I think the universe has done this. Like, this has all come to light before you say I do. Because could you have imagined if you guys have, like, you walk down the aisle, say I do, and I don't know, like, one of his girls shows up at your front step or, like, DMs you or something?
Yeah, while you're pregnant with a baby.
No, Christine, honey, get out of there.
Run. Like,
Run.
as fast as you can.
You are worthy of so much more. Like, you have given your love and you clearly still are giving all your love.
Yeah.
But I think, like, this is a point where you really have to ask yourself, is this doing me more good than bad?
Is it taking my mental sanity? Because at this point, he's making you think that you're doing something wrong when all you're doing is loving him and trying to be the best fiance, girlfriend, wife you can be, partner in life that you can be, and he's over here talking to girls, flirting with girls, taking your hard-earned money that you've saved for this beautiful day that you're supposed to spend together. And then when you bring it up to him as a concern, or maybe just even an innocent question, be like, hey, like, where'd this money go? And he brings it back on you.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not healthy.
That's not the type of relationship that you want to be in, and that any type of behavior that you should be putting up with.
No. And I mean, she's, what, does she want to keep working on it, or she just doesn't know what to do? She
doesn't know what to do. She said that she asked if she should even go through with the wedding, if she should stay and work things out. She's torn up because she still loves him, and but she doesn't recognize the person she fell in love with. And honestly, I think you just answered your question right there.
You really did. You don't recognize him.
Because 8 years, I don't know how old you are, Christine, but 8 years, you can really change, and especially if you're still young. I mean, I was in a relationship for 5 years, and I started out when I was 20 and ended it when I was 25, and I can definitely tell you that from the start of our relationship of me being 20 and when it ended at 25, I'm a completely different person from the start to the finish. And not necessarily that he's a bad person, but we just grew apart. And sometimes that just happens. And maybe he feels like y'all are growing apart and doesn't know how to end it. Just kind of like he's still in love with you or still loves you as a person, but is kind of self-destructing in a way to make you end the relationship. Yeah. Which is a shitty thing to do, because it's like, if you don't want to be in a relationship with someone, just fucking...
Don't propose. God damn it, don't propose.
It's so true. Don't fucking do that. Like, don't tell me you fucking love me and want to spend the rest of your life with me if you fucking don't. But maybe, maybe it happened afterwards. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not giving this guy the benefit of the doubt because he sounds like a complete douchebag.
No, he's a douchebag.
But I think that you have to realize that maybe you have grown out of your relationship of what you thought your relationship was.
Yeah. I mean, I think she should honestly, like, really reflect and really think about, like what good is he bringing me?
Yeah.
You're not happy. You guys are screaming all the time. He's gaslighting you and manipulating you to begin with.
And also, scream fighting is terrifying. I've scream fighted before, and I afterwards was like, what the fuck did I just do? Like, I was kind of scared and terrified of myself and like what I was capable of, because it's like, holy fuck, like I didn't even think that I had that in me. Like, I didn't think I could be that angry at someone to like scream, shout at them.
Well, it's just you're just like so hurt that like that hurt and anger just like takes over, and like
you're just
blind. Yeah, you're just like blinded by the rage, I guess.
But also, in a healthy relationship, you should not be having scream fights.
No, you should be able to sit down and like talk it out and be like, hey, why is money missing from the wedding fund? Like,
and
why?
He could just be like, oh my gosh, I totally meant to tell you I wanted to place this bet on this fight, and I was gonna put it back. Yeah. And then that be the end of it. Or he'd just be like, oh my gosh, I totally just took it. Or, I don't know. Just like be honest. I honestly think that you don't need to, you don't deserve this guy, or he doesn't deserve you.
No.
He sounds like trash.
He, capital Trash. Trash.
I'm glad you spelled that right. You hesitated for a second.
Hesitated. But no, Christine, honey, don't go through this wedding. This is honestly...
I mean, just know that if you do decide to go through with the wedding, that things are not going to change. It's going to probably get worse. Like, It's not going to get better.
I always, you always have to think, how many chances are you willing to give a person? Yeah. I mean, this goes, also, our emotional teen, you know?
I love how we're reflecting back on everybody's got the same kind of advice. It's you just have to be very, emotionally...
It's going to be hard.
Aware.
I'm going to tell you. Because I think right now, you answered your question by saying you don't recognize the person you fell in love with. And I think you are already at the point where you're mourning the relationship because you know that you cannot...
Change
you cannot go further with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair to you. You're worth so much better than that. And... I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be hard at first. You were gonna plan your dream wedding, whatever. You're gonna have your family there.
You're gonna have another dream wedding with the actual love of your life, who's gonna actually treat you the best that you could possibly be. And you know what? Surround yourself with people that love you and support you. That.
You know what? Keep that friend of yours.
Yeah.
Who came and told you about the girls and the bets. She's a good friend. Yes. Keep her.
I'm sorry, Christine.
Oh, Christine, I'm sorry. If you want
a
wine night or something, we just want to hug everybody tonight.
Me too. Jeez.
Oh my goodness, Christine, lots of love.
Yes, please keep us posted and let's be friends.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I didn't realize this was going to be so sad.
I know.
And heartbreaking.
My goodness. Okay, here's my story. My story's next. Okay. Hi, ladies. I don't even know if this person talks this way. I hope y'all are sitting down because I've got a doozy for you. Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Okay. I am married to the woman of my dreams. Okay. Honestly, I don't think I could live without her. She is everything that I've ever dreamed my other half being. A little backstory, we've been married 2 years and dating for another 4, okay? We met randomly through friends and we've been inseparable ever since. Here's the issue.
Dun, 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 there's always an issue. We wouldn't have an episode if there wasn't.
She is extremely beautiful. Parentheses, not the issue.
Oh, okay.
But
I wish I had that as an issue.
But could be the source causing the problem.
Okay.
She has a lot of followers on Instagram and TikTok and is always getting DMs from dudes trying to shoot their shot, quote unquote. At first, it was cool. All the attention and likes and followers. But now I can feel myself slipping into a jealousy, insecure state of mind when she's on her phone. I don't want to tell her what to do, but at the same time, I feel like I'm not getting the same attention from her as I was getting before. I don't know what to do, and I really don't want to lose her. Any advice is greatly appreciated. Help, please. Stephen P. Stephen P.
Stephen P. Well, Stephen, it sounds like you really love your wife, and you're the type of guy that every woman fucking dreams about.
Yes, Stephen. Got any brothers, cousins?
Yeah, like what the
friends?
actual fuck? Someone that just loves me unconditionally, like doesn't care how weird I am. I think that your feelings are extremely valid. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily like my significant other or my husband or whatever getting all these shooting their shot DMs, but at the same time, it seems like you and your wife really love each other. And I mean, if you guys met technically, I guess 6 years ago, and you guys are happily married and she is just getting attention on social media, as long as she's not acting on that, I don't think you have really anything to worry about.
I mean, I think also, okay, because he said, I don't want to tell her. I think you should. You guys have been married, what, 2
years, been together
2 years,
for
so
4.
like 6. You guys have been together for 6 years in total. I mean, I think if you're secure enough in your relationship, you should just voice like, hey, honey, like,
I think he said he doesn't want to tell her, like, what to do. And it's not necessarily about telling her what to do. It's voicing your insecurities and your concerns. And, I mean, if, you know, and based on how she responds to that, I think is kind of where you calculate your next move. I mean, if you bring up this issue, if nothing's going on, she's going to be like, oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you felt that way. And, you know, end of story, she's going to turn her DMs off or comments off or whatever. I don't know. Or just not even pay attention to it or read them or I don't know how to fix people, what other people are doing, like DMing her. You can't really do anything about that.
No.
But if she comes back the opposite way and comes back defensive and accusatory, then I think you have something to worry about.
Yeah.
That something else deeper might be happening. But I honestly don't think that you have anything to worry about, and I think it's very cute and, like, really endearing of you bringing this issue up, because I don't think that normal people, honestly, like men and women, would bring this issue up. They just would try to fight it or just act jealous and ruin the relationship.
Yeah.
So I think you being proactive and communicating with your wife is the best option here. And just go from there.
And you truly love her. I mean,
you obviously love her. We can fucking tell.
Yes.
We know what true love looks like.
We know.
We know what we want. We want what you have. Give it to us. Or just tell us where we can find it. Right. Is it at the end of the rainbow? Because that's what I've heard. Oh, no. That's the pot of gold.
Yeah, seriously. I think we...
Yeah, that's the best advice we could give. Just talk to your wife. I mean,
yes,
you guys love each other.
Her.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do? We don't know. We're not in a relationship. We're not married.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, also, like, she married you. She's sleeping in your bed. Like, she's coming home to you. Like...
Yeah, and if she's on her phone in the middle of the day and, like, in front of you, she's obviously not doing anything.
Yeah.
But we don't know her life, so
We
I would
don't-
just have a
no.
conversation with her.
No, yeah.
But
So,
I think, too, just be honest.
yeah,
with your
just
feelings.
voice your feelings. Yes. Guys, make voicing your feelings like normal. Like,
Yes.
let's normalize that. It doesn't have to turn into a fight. It could just be like, hey, I
don't really like that guys are DMing you and
Yeah.
telling them that they want you, or, but also like,
But wait, now that makes me question, like, do people, like, on social media even know that she's married? If they're shooting their shot, quote unquote?
I feel like there's a total bunch of creeps out there that do that all the time. Yeah.
Very true.
And also, maybe a suggestion would be to, you know, do TikToks together or be more involved in her
Social media
social
accounts.
media. And
Yeah.
I know that some guys are just really not into that, so I don't want to, like, push that on you, but maybe if it will help lessen the DMs that she gets.
Yeah.
Show what they can't have.
Yeah.
It also might encourage them to try harder, so that might shoot you in the foot. I don't know.
Yeah, let's...
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Let us
honestly.
know how it goes, Steven.
We love
Wish
you.
luck.
We love you and your wife.
Yeah.
And
maybe,
wish
like,
the
send us
best.
over some relationship advice. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like, send us your brother,
Your cousin, anyone in the
Cousin.
family that's like you, that'd be great. Your
Yeah.
friend, your best friend.
yeah. We're going to be looking for those DMs. Like, we want them. So
Yes.
just send them our way.
You can slide into our DMs.
Or let me just say, if guys are sliding into your wife's DMs, just shoot them over. Be like, you know what? I'm taken, but I have these two really cute girls. They're funny.
Mhm.
They got a podcast.
They're beautiful.
Send them
Yeah.
our way. We'll deflect them for you.
Yeah, we will. Maybe accept some dates. You never know.
You never know.
Well, guys, this has been like a doozy of an episode.
I'm tired
we
now.
love y'all
So much,
so much.
but I'm tired now.
I am very tired too.
My emotions have gone up and
Crawl
down.
into bed and cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely cry. Definitely.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna finish this wine, and I'm gonna go cry in the shower.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
But you know what? I'm glad that we're here because I think that it's very important that people know that they're not alone in situations like these.
Mhm.
And, you know, just you and I have been through a lot of these situations just based on the stories that
Yeah.
we told today. And, you know, we don't know who's listening necessarily. So hopefully one of these stories and our advice helped someone else going through a similar time.
Yeah.
And that's really why we're here and what we're doing and sharing our lives with you. And, you know, we want the best for you. And I don't know. That's it.
No, yeah.
That's all I got.
I mean, yeah. You guys just keep writing in. You know, we love listening and giving a...
We love
us.
talking.
We love talk. We love hearing ourselves talk. But, I mean... Yeah, I honestly, like, spaced out when you spoke, but...
It's fine. It's fine. I'm used to it. I'm used to it.
But, no, we honestly love you guys writing in, you know.
It actually makes my day to be able to read y'all's stories and connect with y'all on a more personal level than just, like, statistics. Because,
Yeah.
and, like...
The analytics that we have. We're like, oh,
and,
someone's listening
you know,
over here.
Social media likes and stuff like that. That's awesome. But actually having a personal touch and writing in and having you guys tell your stories is amazing. So we definitely want to encourage you to keep doing that. We do these the first Wednesdays of every month. So please write in if you haven't, or continue to write in if you just have a lot of things you need advice for, you just want to talk to us or whatever. You can submit your letters or stories to our email address, which is basically adulting247@gmail.com, or you can just DM us on Instagram, which might just be a little easier because whatever, but it's at basically adulting_podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so those that's our advice. I hope that helped you guys, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yes. It's almost fall, guys. So.
What?
I don't know.
So fucking random. Okay, cheers. Cheers to the listeners.
Cheers
Louise is
to
in
you
fall
guys.
mode right now. She doesn't even know what the fuck's
I
going on.
don't know what's going on. Bye.